So I need to recap this again because there's a lot of noises and yeah, they want to interrupt us again. So I have a lot of events right here that I want to break it down for you. Okay, I will talk about Sudan, Israel, China, and the Middle East. Okay, we'll talk about Sudan on the famine that's happening in Sudan. Plus, are claims on social media on that Sudanese people are eating cats and dogs. Okay, and that's you know, that's a reality. Okay, we'll break it down. Okay, we'll see whether or not the famine is going to stop or not. Okay, so this is first thing. Second thing, I will also talk about Israel and what's going on regarding Israel and Palestine. Okay, and also there's a lot of good things actually when we talk about Israel. Okay, because we all know that Israel is considered the Silicon Valley of the Middle East, and how Israel can benefit from that. Okay, I will also talk about China, and this is really sensitive for China and for the Chinese government. Okay, why? Because we see that the Chinese government supports Islamic groups in Bangladesh. Okay, which is dangerous. Why? Because this explains how Chinese governments adopts double standards. Okay, why? Because actually China fights Uyghur, which are Muslim group or Muslim people. They have actually their own land, but you know, the Chinese government regarding this issue also fights Muslims. Okay, so this is the fact that Chinese government fights Muslims while supports other radical Muslim groups in Bangladesh in order to secure its neighboring countries. Okay, so first, don't focus on the shapes of you know, these objects within this diagram. Okay, because there's you know, a couple of arithmetic and statistical details here, and I don't want to explain it, but I will try to break it down for you. Okay, so that you can understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so here in Sudan, we see that Sudan, or the Sudanese government, and the events regarding Sudan, plus the social aspects, because the overlap between SAF and RSF actually dividing Sudanese people, and that's a warning sign for Sudanese people to try to come together, rather than you know, some parties support RSF while the others support SAF. So this is regarding Sudan on this date. I see here that the Israeli government focusing on military aspects, plus some diplomacy issues that Israeli government really have to make sure to fix those cases before, you know, because the region is in turmoil right now. Okay, moving to China, we see that China focuses heavily on diplomacy cases. Okay, and diplomacy events. Yes, lately the African countries summit with China can be reflected here on this object here regarding Chinese government. Okay, so yeah, China focuses on diplomacy, as I said in my book on this magazine, The Times of Israel. So one of their section is tech, Israeli tech. Okay, which is really highly advanced. here there's an article. Okay, this article right here. Israel signs global treaty to address risks on artificial intelligence. Okay, now Israeli people are very smart. Okay, they know how to handle things. They know when to stop and when to proceed. Okay, the United Nations regarding Sudan, the adversity in Sudan actually. So a whole article with evidence that Sudanese people really suffer from the war going on in Sudan. Another facts on Wikipedia regarding the Sudanese adversity again. Okay, this another chart by Sado Post magazine. Okay, clearly shows the Islamic group in Bangladesh and its relations with other Islamic groups around the globe. And one of them is Muslim Brotherhood also. A comprehensive chart that shows the political structure in Sudan. Okay, and it clearly shows how Muslim Brotherhood in Sudan that ruled the country until 2018. Now, plus the background noise gives you a glimpse about the human rights in Sudan.